Sandra here. Wanted to tell you a quick story that I think a lot of you might be able to relate to, and you might kind of see yourself in this story. So we have 2 cottages, and I was at my cottage, and I had a friend up, and we were having a new stove delivered for the second cottage. So I was going to work on the day of the delivery, but I kept saying, yeah, it's going to be delivered before I go to work. Yep, it's going to be delivered before I have to leave. That's what I just kept saying. But my friend was there, and I said, I've got to go to work. So if it gets delivered, if it's not here by the time I go to work, then, could you sign for it and make sure everything's okay. It's just nice to have someone here to greet them because we have several cottages and they wouldn't know where it went. So I said, they're coming between 8 and noon, and I have to leave around 9:30. So I said, but I kept saying internally, it doesn't matter because they're going to be here. So I said, yeah, so if you wouldn't mind, he said, oh, well, these delivery guys, they say they're coming between this and that, but they probably won't show up till 5 o'clock. I said, what? Whoa. Why are you saying that? I said, our words have power. Why are you doing that? And he said, I don't know. He knows this stuff. To know, not to do. It's not to know. If you haven't seen that video of mine, to know and not to do is not to know. Please watch it. Actually, watch it before any of my other ones. So, this was a knee-jerk reaction. This is the matrix at work. Oh, everybody says that. So now I just say it too. But our words have power. So he was acting completely unconsciously. He wasn't making a conscious choice. And that's how most people are living, my friends, especially when it comes to things coming out of their mouth. They're saying all sorts of things that they don't want to be true, that they don't want to happen, that they don't want to come to pass. Why are they doing that? Because they're not making conscious decisions about what comes out of their mouth, which I have trained myself to do, and my clients and most of my friends. And since he did that when I was right there, don't think I didn't get to work on him. And he said, wow, without me, okay, so if I wasn't there to call him on it, and he was with another friend who's heavily into the Matrix, and you can watch my other video on the Matrix, you'll understand what I mean. I'm not talking about the movie. So, he just didn't even know why he was doing it until I brought it to his attention. So, he's lucky to have me there. But if I wasn't there and he was with another friend who would just agree, guess what time they probably would have gotten there? Guess what time they did get there? Before I left for work. Before I left for work. Maybe you didn't hear me. Shall I say it again? Your words have so much power. So I invite you to stop saying things unconsciously and start saying them consciously. Your words create. Start using them like a magic wand. Start using them to create things you do want. Look what happened. They came before I went to work. Now, also, he came to the cottage at the last minute. So I didn't even know. Well, I did know because I'm a creator, but I knew they were coming. I knew I had to go to work, and I just kept saying, everything always works out for me, using my words to create what I want, not what I don't want. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. I don't know how. So everything always works out for me, and everything did work out. I want you to repeat that sentence. Everything always works out for me. And if you haven't seen my video with the everything song, you should check that out. And you should start singing it all day, every day. Thanks very much for listening. And as always, I'll be back. Bye for now. Sandra here. Thanks for joining me. If you liked this video, please smash that thumbs up button and share it with others. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I look forward to spending time with you and sharing more stories and tools that will help you live your best life ever. If you'd like to support me, please visit my website at sandedolls.com, where you can purchase some of my products, like t-shirts, mugs, tote bags, and more. The link is in the description. Many of my art pieces correlate directly with my video messages, which I think you'll enjoy. Creating my Sandedoll art is one of my passions, along with providing great content for you. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you'll be notified of future videos. See you next time.